Hi, welcome to Assassin recruitment training. We're going to have a look at North Boston, but this is what the map looks like. If you push up on the left stick in the map screen, you'll get to the liberation missions and the area broken into zones. And you'll see, as part of the story mission, you recruit your first assassin in central Boston. And then the other two zones, north and south, are broken up, and there's 6 missions in each one. Although you'll see in North Boston, that's a liberation contact. That's who you'll have to see when you complete your mission. But it only pops up when you do your first liberation mission. You can also see in your map logbook how many of each mission you've done. And again, there are 6 in North and South Boston. So I've done a few, but looking at this map, I haven't done any yet. And unfortunately, only 5 markers popped up on the map, so I had to go and seek out the other one. But I'll show you where that is. These first ones, you've got to protect a thug from the merchants, and he'll run away on horse or by foot, and invariably he'll bring a whole bunch of friends along, and you've got to be prepared for a big old fight. Anyway, that's the first one. The second one is here. Oh, no, sorry, that's the liberation contact. He pops up after you've done the first liberation mission. You can go and talk to him if you want, but it doesn't really do much. The second one is here, just in the northeast, and this is another thug mission. So the dude with the red dot, you've got to kill before he runs away, and then you've got to fight all the other guys. And it's weird because there's like the blue codes have joined in against them, but they fight me as well, so it's like a 3-way battle. Anyway. It's always worth visiting a town crier in between these missions. There's quite a lot scattered around just to lower your notoriety so that you're not just in endless fights. The second type of mission is saving a civilian from the stocks. And again, you'll have 5 or 6 guys to fight, so deal with them. And once you're anonymous again, or at least there aren't people attacking you, here we go. Walk up to that and hit the interact button and you'll free him. I'm also wearing the Colonial Assassin's outfit and using Sawtooth's cutlass for anyone who's invariably going to ask. The next one is over here on the southwest side of North Boston, and this is another freeing the citizen mission. There's only a couple of guards, but a whole bunch more pile in as soon as I start fighting. These missions are actually... Sorry, I'm playing Scrabble with a friend. These missions are some of the kind of craziest fights, actually, because so many people just pile in. The liberation missions generally involve quite a lot of quite awkward fights in difficult places. The farmers in New York especially. Anyway, free him for number 2. And then we are off to the south of Boston here for, I think, another thug mission, but we'll see. No, I was wrong, it's a civilian liberation. So finish these guys off. And it's easy, they're all generally pretty weak, so you can get a streak going and just take them down pretty quickly. Apart from that guy, obviously, just to contradict me entirely. And then finally we're going to save a thug from the merchant, and I had to run around a whole lot to find him, but he was located here. No, he wasn't. He's located here on the northwest. There we go. So that's where you want to head for your final one if the marker doesn't pop up. And again, you'll have to fight a few people in the open. So deal with them. And again, see, it's another 3-way fight, so you've got people fighting each other, but you're going to have to take them all down eventually. And don't forget to visit a town crier afterwards. Wow! One in the face, buddy! Then when you've done that, you want to go and visit your liberation dude, and you'll notice the icon's changed. And this will actually give you a mission. And the missions vary depending on the guys, and each assassin dude reveals a separate type of attack for your assassins. This guy is going to teach us about bodyguards. You can also get marksmen and covert escorts and stuff. But the bodyguards, when you call them, will stand around you, and when guards come to investigate, they'll go and deal with them. But I kind of mess it up quite badly. But you hold the left bumper and scoot down to bodyguard. Call your assassins. They'll come and join you. And when people come to investigate, they'll go beat them up. But my assassins are super low level at the moment, so they're having a really hard time of it, and I end up having to save them more than they save me. There's a couple of ways to level them up. One, from the Assassin menu, you can send them on missions, but they're unavailable in cities, so it's a good thing to do when you're doing naval missions or you're in the frontier. The other way they gain experience is just by fighting, so calling them. They'll come away with 10 or 20 XP each time. And if you're using them a lot, it's a great way to do it. But they can get injured, and if they're injured, they're out for like 5 minutes, which is kind of a pain. So I tend to send them on missions as often as possible, just to level them up to about 4 or 5, and then they start to kick bum. But you'll also notice as soon as there are no guards left, once they've activated, they'll disappear, so I'm left fighting these guys on my own. But the little timer on the bottom right, you see down there, next to the bodyguard sign, they'd refreshed, so I call them back to the fight again here, but they arrived too late because they're kind of useless. Anyway, with that guy recruited, you can start to use your assassins around the city. Now you've got 2, you've actually got a bit more of a formidable force. So we'll have a look at ways to use them. Set them to assassinate on the left menu, and then just call them there and they'll run in and fight. The problem is here, a whole bunch more turn up, and they're just going to get their butts kicked if I don't join in, so I end up killing half the guys and leaving them one-on-one. Here we go, like this. What they're actually really good at, if you've only got a small group, is taking out guys on the roofs, and I'll show you that in a second. You see, they're just, yeah. Well, they're still level 0, 1, 2, they're still very, very bad at hand-to-hand combat. Once you level them up, they start to get extra tools like smoke bombs, they'll drop assassinate and stuff like that. You can set up contracts from here, go to your assassin menu, tap X or whatever the button says, and then select an area. I'm selecting Quebec, and you can see the level of your recruits from here, even if you don't send them, and I think this is the only way to see the level. So I've got a level 2 and a level 0. When you send them off, it will take 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever it says. And there's different difficulties. And once you free the zone and it goes blue, it will help and boost the success rate of other zones. So I find it best to work from the top and bottom, and then pincer towards the middle. Anyway, you can see up here I'm on the roof and I've called my assassins in to take these guys out, and they kind of faff about a bit. It actually doesn't work out so well in the end, and they knock a guy off and fall down. You'll see how it plays out. But once you've got a full team, it actually becomes really powerful. I don't actually use many skills other than Assassinate, although on this playthrough I've just bought the game for PC and the Digital Deluxe, which is why I'm uploading the DLC missions, but I might start playing around with using them as bodyguards more, because it's super useful when you're going into restricted zones just to have them running interference on guards. But you see here they finish these guys off and then they'll bow and cross their hands and run off. And if you chase them, they won't disappear and they'll just keep fighting, but the risk of injury is much, much higher. You can see them, this is in a fight, and I think I call them in here to help, or have I just put this in completely by accident? Oh no, there they are in the background, sorry. So they're having a bit of a fight too. Anyway, you can use them for, mid-combat, you can use them to call against enemies, there's a whole bunch of ways you can use them, but play around, have fun, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Anyway, see you in the next video, lots of love, bye!